woke up this morning and I was like, man, let's just throw out a blog, see what's going on. Obviously, it's winter here in northern Illinois, so I haven't had the car out as much. Today's a pretty decent day, though. Looks like most of the snow is melting and most of the salt's been off the roads. Headed right now, actually, to get a car wash. Last car wash probably of the season, so I can tuck her away in the garage until next season, actually. So there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about. The first thing is really what's going on. Hello, police. And clutch in. Couple things that are going on right now. He gave me an evil eye. One, what's going on with the Nightmare? What's going on with the car? And then, you know, potential future builds. And then two, what's going on with the club? DCMC, right? I think there's a lot of really cool stuff after year one that's kind of in the works and happening. So I want to talk about that too. So I'm going to get some gas here, jump in the car wash, and then we'll go over some of that stuff. Okay. So I've got some gas now, waiting at the car wash. Probably going to run it through here and then go home and do some final details before we put the cover on her. So first things first, what's going on with the Nightmare? There's a couple things going on. So I recently learned at the dealership that my car, when I bought it years ago, before I was the owner of the vehicle, I went to trade it in and I was going to see just the value of the car. You know, just kind of taking a look at some other car options. Was really looking at some Shelbys, and found out the Carfax says it had an accident on it, structural damage. It was crazy. And so I called the original dealership because the auto check that they did on it had no accidents, no nothing. It was clean and clear. So right now I'm actually working with that dealership to get that cleared off of the Carfax. The problem is, if it did have any accident or structural damage, I shouldn't have paid what I paid for the car, right? So kind of going back and forth with the dealership right now. There is a law in Kansas, consumer law, that does say, you know, a dealer cannot sell you a car without you know, disclosing to you that it had been in an accident. So that's kind of a problem, which means he potentially would owe me some compensation. So, you know, depending on what that is, if it works out that way and they don't have to lemon law or buy the car back, you know, he would potentially have to pay me out, which would be really cool. I've already kind of talked with my wife a little bit, and hopefully we could use some of those funds later on in the year to look at possibly supercharging the Nightmare, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm kind of torn between ProCharger or a Novi system. All right, so that's option one. Option two is they might have to buy the car back, so I have to come to the realization that I might no longer have the Nightmare in my possession, and they might have to buy it back, which would suck. But you know, that opens up a world of possibilities. You know, there's a couple options that are out there right now that I've been looking at, possibly even Lebanon Ford, supercharged Mustangs. I've been looking at a lot of Shelby GT350s lately, so that's another option. The other option is the dealership has already agreed to and offered to pay full price for the vehicle for what it would trade in for now, and you know, ultimately search for a car that I want and do a trade for me. So I would essentially end up with a different car. I would really like to keep it. I love my car to death. I'd love to continue to modify it and make it, you know, more than what it is now. But again, reality is any one of those options could take place at this point. So we will see. I will probably be putting more videos up regarding, you know, status updates on what's happening with the vehicle, things like that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the club, right? So saw some stuff on Facebook Messenger between some of the leadership members of DCMC, and we're trying to get together. We've been trying to really engage users on the page to think of ideas for next year. You know, where do we want to be? What do we want to do? Potential roles and responsibilities. And not only that, what we want our season opener to be, where we want it to be. I think it's going to be so much bigger this year, as we got a couple other car clubs that are kind of coming into DCMC and wanting to participate, wanting to join. So, essentially double our forces, right? Or even triple our forces. With the ultimate goal in mind from Joe Gardner, that we want to become the biggest Mustang club in the Midwest, and ultimately look to have some of the biggest shows in the Midwest and the Mustang community. So I'm really excited about that. I will be posting more videos around, again, status update of the Nightmare, and then also what's next for DCMC, after we get together and determine that. So really, really cool. I'm going to head through this car wash now, and I'll see you later.